So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Here on the front, you have the Nightmare Killer himself, Freddy Krueger, standing in the boiler room, waiting for his next victim. Up here at the top, we have the Freddy Krueger name, and a Nightmare on Elm Street down here, and then the 6-scale figure down here. On the side here, we have the Nightmare on Elm Street logo, along with some blood splatter across the box. Here on the back, we have another image of Freddy Krueger, along with the Nightmare on Elm Street logo and the Freddy Krueger name and some blood splatter across over there. This is an older figure, so you can see I do have a little bit of box damage on mine. Most of these aren't, but I've had this for a while, so there is a bit of box damage on it. Overall, the box is pretty nice. You have a nice matte finish across the entire box with blood splatter here and across all over the sides. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. When you open it up, you do see the figure laid out right here, and then you have this piece right here that goes across the side and then wraps around it to the back. You have the Nightmare on Elm Street logo right here, along with Freddy Krueger and some blood splatter across the piece itself. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, and then we'll get everything laid out, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the figure. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the stand first. You do have a hexagon-shaped stand. Hopefully you guys can see this. It is a blackout stand with a Nightmare on Elm Street logo there on the top. In person, you can see this a lot better, but it is a raised texture that is on the stand. And you also have the peg stand right there that you put right here and lay the figure on top of. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. All right, overall the figure does come with 5 different hands. You have 2 gloves and 3 extra hands. So we do have a closed fist hand, the detail on this is really nice. You can kind of see like the skin rips, and then you can see the red blood and stuff that goes through it. We also have a hand that has almost like a pointer finger on it. And then we have 2 gloves. If you take a look, you have blood splatter throughout all the blades, which is really nice. The detail on this thing is pretty nice. All right, so let's go open up the figure and take a look at those hands. You do have another hand right here with a different, with like a gesture pose. And then an open-handed hand. As for the figure itself, we'll go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt first. I really like the head sculpt. I think they did a really good job on this. The texture on it's really nice. You can see the skin rips all throughout the face. He does have an open mouth. The hat itself doesn't come off. It is one full piece. So if you ever wanted to take this off or kind of try to pose it differently, you're not able to do that. This is just one full head sculpt. The articulation on the head is really good. You can kind of pose it just pretty much however you want. There's no pull or anything like that for it. You pretty much pose his head anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to his clothing. You do have a weathered fabric, his iconic shirt with the green and the red stripes. They did a really good job with this. You can see all the weathering and the deterioration on the sculpt. All right, for his pants, we'll go ahead and take a look at those. All right, and his boots. All right, so the articulation in the shoulders is really good, as well as the arms itself, and then the hands also. You also have really good movement in the legs. The only thing I do feel like is kind of lacking is the chest piece right here is a little bit not very stiff, so it moves around really easy. So if you have him in a pose, he might kind of lean forward, so you have to get a pose where it's kind of lean back a little bit so it kind of holds in place. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get him into some poses, and we'll be right back.